This all leads to chapter 22, which is the Operations Due Diligence chapter. It touches on one of the other things that flows on from the approach to using risk management as upside-downside risk. One of the things that does is that it encourages you to use things like Monte Carlo simulations. Because you've got sort of 3 or 4 probability distributions in series, and you want to manage to an outcome you want to achieve, then you look at the most likely things going to deflect you from where you want to be, and yes, a Monte Carlo simulation will give you some insight into that. The problem, of course, is that Monte Carlo simulations are terrible at looking at conjunctions of outliers, statistical outliers by definition. If you have 3 probability distributions in series, and there's a nasty statistical outlier at 1 in 1,000, and you want to know when all 3 of them get together, if you do 1 billion trials, you'll have 1 test. If you want a statistically significant outcome, you're going to have to do at least 10 billion, aren't you? So you get 10 of them. How many people do 10 billion trials on a Monte Carlo simulation to look for a nasty conjunction of the statistical outliers? Which, as I said, leads on to this chapter, because what this is basically saying is if you've got a plant and you want to make sure that you're getting all the things done that you'd like, you have to go and test for those statistical outliers first, those things which will take you out and put you out of business forever. And then you're going to do your Monte Carlo simulations within that context. Because if you're the senior management, you haven't made damn sure the big ones can get together and take you out and are dealt with, then you don't go around optimising your business, or you're going to set yourself up for a very unpleasant fall. That's what that chapter's about. It's the conjunction of 3 sets of techniques. There's nothing new or novel in this. Working out what your statistical outliers are, we use the threat and vulnerability technique as the military intelligence people use. Before you go on a mission, you spell out what your mission critical success factors are, what all the credible threats are, and you ask if you're vulnerable. But that's a straight out criticality assessment. You're asking the question, if this threat manifests itself, are we vulnerable? How bad could it be? And you make sure they're all managed first. Then and only then do you go and manage what the financial people have really turned into reliability engineering using things like Monte Carlo simulations.